The 3rd Battalion, 69th Armored Regiment is a armored regiment, a part of the 3ID, which is the 3rd Infantry Division, and in this video I'll be explaining the history and what they do. Third Battalion, 69th Armored Regiment was created in, I believe, 1940. It was attached to many different units, such as the 6th Armored and 1st Armored Division. It was originally an element from the 1st Armored Division stationed in Fort Knox, Kentucky, I believe. Many battles they fought in were in northern France and the Ardennes and areas like that, and according to Google, Okinawa, which I find hard to believe. Unfortunately, there is not many, accounts of battles that the 3rd Battalion fought, but there is ones that the 1st Battalion fought, like Battle of Ben Het, Operation Pershing, and stuff like that. I do not know if there's any, battle. I guarantee you there is battles that they fought, but on Google there unfortunately is none they mention. Although the Gulf War was a, big-scale war, because it caused a lot of problems in the Middle East, there is not much, to say about the 3rd Battalion, 69th Armored Regiment, other than they were in the Gulf War, and they did enter Iraq, and they're one of the first to be in there in Desert Shield and Desert Storm. So yes, the 3rd Battalion, 69th Armored Regiment did participate in those. This possibly the longest section of this video is going to be the Iraq War and Operation Iraqi Freedom. So they are the first ever conventional unit of the United States Army or the Marine Corps to enter Iraq in the Iraq War. They're also the ones, I think, who also found Hussein. Let's get to the section of it on the battles. They were the battalion, and also, I'm pretty sure the unit, to capture Baghdad. They also took many FOBs, which I'll mention in a minute, and other battles, like the Baghdad International Airport and everything associated with Baghdad they did capture. One of the biggest battles of the Iraq War was the Battle of Ramadi. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Ramadi. They took Ramadi, and which was a very deadly battle, very, very devastating for even the U.S. I'm pretty sure, I don't really know that, but the Iraqis were crushed there. They also took, I think, Samarra, I think it's called. They took basically just the entirety of Iraq, while the Marines were located in Fallujah and other places like that. They also took the FOB forward operating base of Brassfield Moor. I do not know what that is, but I will get into detail in a minute. Probably not. I really do not know. But they took a lot of places. One of the biggest, most famous parts of the 3rd Battalion, 69th Armored Regiment was the Iraq War and Operation Iraqi Freedom 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They took Patrol Base Olson and Uvani. I'm probably not going to go into detail about those because this is very small battles too they also took. But they were a very big involvement in the Iraq War. So after the war, they kind of just left and went back to Fort Stewart in 2008. This is probably the largest part of the video, never mind, probably not the Iraq War, but modern involvement. So modern involvement, I'm going to go over the deployments and other stuff about a 369 AR. So first I'm going to go over is the deployment to Poland and Operation Atlantic Freedom. They deployed with 269 and 369, and they were in Poland working with Polish scouts to basically just train with them and make sure nothing happens with Russia or stuff like that. Make sure the Polish are ready if anything ever happens, because it's very possible, because Crimea got taken recently to that. Pretty sure 2015, 2016 is when this happened. And then after that we have the Moldovans working with the 3rd Battalion, 69th Armored Regiment. So before Moldova basically modernized its army, creating kind of a, they look like 90s U.S. soldiers. They kind of modernized themselves. Before this, they were working with them, and they had stuff like really crappy AKs, 50s AKs, things like that, working with them. After that, we have deployments to Korea, South Korea, and other deployments like Germany, place like that, all across Europe, mainly Korea, about 8 months and even longer for some soldiers, or even shorter. And it was Fort Stewart, Georgia, and they got deployed to Germany, France. Some of them got deployed. Basically all of them got deployed to Poland, and some of them, like, took a ride along through France, Germany, mainly Germany, and Poland, and countries like that. And there was a lot of scouts working with other scouts. It was mainly just scouts and infantry. And yeah, that's kind of just their deployments in the modern involvement. To their official deployments, they deployed to Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania, I believe. They deployed to a lot of places like that, and they're actually going to deploy in January of this year. And I cannot say where, but they are going to be deploying. And that is the end of the video on the 369.